All right, welcome to another episode of Geek-Men and the Masters of the ThunderNerds. I'm Dustin.
And I'm Zombie 13 hogging the screen. Where you at, Dustin? There
Right.
you are. There's that handsome face. Yeehaw.
Yeah.
I had a hat somewhere. I don't know where it went. I can always put this on.
There you go. Yeah. Oh man. It seems like everyone is just like, oh, they see my hat and they're like, oh, and then they go and pull one out. Like, I need a hat too. I need to match your energy.
It's a reoccurring. I've got a hat somewhere. It's probably downstairs. It's like
Yeah.
everybody calls it my Indiana Jones hat, and
Ooh,
it's
nice.
it's just a pickup I found at Walmart. It wasn't even like in a hat section or whatever. It just was there, and I picked it up like that's kind of a cool hat. And everybody has agreed ever since. This was years ago. I wear it when it's cold or it's raining. Like today, it's raining down here.
Nice.
So how you doing?
I'm pretty good, I suppose. But what about you?
Well, I mean, it's a rainy day. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah. I am all too familiar with that, for sure. Although it hasn't been raining, but just in the, meh mood.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. Oh, goodness. So, what do we got?
Show you in the box. Who's in the box? What's in the box?
You got any pickups?
I have one. And
Nice.
It was just kind of a surprise. I was just kind of, in Walmart checking out the toys. I just go and like window shop mostly. I hardly ever find anything, especially in Walmart, especially in my area. But found Wicket.
Nice.
So now I don't have to find a place to order him. I just found him. I'm like, oh, you're coming home with me.
That's right.
So he kind of holds a little special place for me because we had a little dog, a little Shih Tzu, and his name was Wicket. We named him Wicket because we saw a picture of him when he was a puppy, and he looked like
nice.
the Ewok. So it was like, well, his name's got to be Wicket,
right?
And he was a miniature, so he was like real small. He wasn't like that typical Shih Tzu size, but he was not really like a teacup, but he was smaller than average. But so I was like, I gotta get Wicket.
yeah, I would have to too. I don't know. I still look for that the one Ewok that you are trying to get for the custom you want to make.
Oh, you don't have to do that anymore. You got one for me, and I've kind of sort of started him.
Nice.
So, yep.
I totally forgot.
Yeah, you know, I don't remember if it happened before or after your extended stay in the hospital.
Right.
We'll say it that way.
Yeah.
I think it was after.
Huh.
Because we both went on a Star Wars figure tear for a little while after that.
Yeah, I have a bunch.
Yep.
Still sitting here.
So did you get anything? Did you pick up anything? Did you find anything when he was out?
No, I did get a book, but I will save that for later because I don't have it here. But I've been playing around with this guy as I knock his jetpack off. And I wasn't sure how well I was going to like him. Because his knees in particular, it just felt awkward. But I actually really like it. I like the way they did it. And it looks really fun. It's cool.
Yeah. I don't like the baggy pants on that figure because of the knees. I've got ideas on how to swap different lower half on him or something. I just hadn't had time to do it or whatever. And a lot of people used what's his name? There's like a million of them on the shelf whenever you go. the dude from Cloud City.
Lando?
Lando, yeah. People were using a Lando figure. Sorry, I've mind blank for a second. They were using his lower body to make to take that figure, that Boba figure, and give him that his look from his show.
Huh. Interesting.
But I have a different figure in mind for it. So
yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah, I wasn't. I almost didn't even get him, but I felt like I had to because it was
Book of Boba's Fett. Your guy, so you gotta get him.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's weird because like I don't know, it just oddly turned out well. Like the knees are the one thing that really bugged me about the figure before I got him and like messed around with him. So now I'm just trying to figure out like a good way to like sort of display him. I still think this look is just a classic look, but yeah, I don't know.
I still remember sending you that first archive Boba.
Yeah. Yeah, I have pictures of it. I sat it right here on my desk.
Like you didn't have one like at all, I don't think. Like any 6-inch Boba figure or whatever, and I'm like,
right.
Oh, yeah, like they're all over the place down here at the time, so
yeah,
it's like that's going to Dustin.
Yeah, it was, and then that started me on a train because I'm just like, oh wow, this is actually really cool. I remember telling you that, hey man, this is really cool. I really like it, and I was just messing around with them, just posing them all different ways, and then it's just like, okay, well, I gotta get Jango Fett.
Yeah, I remember.
And then it was just like a steamroll.
I was lucky when I ended up getting Jango Fett for you because it was a pre-order from GameStop.
Yeah.
But it wasn't my pre-order. Like I'd went in there because this was at the time before GameStop really kind of changed the way that they did everything.
Yeah.
But I knew a handful of people in there because they were just used to seeing me come in. So I'd kind of built this relationship with really the manager and a couple of the workers there. And I kept asking, hey, did y'all get any more Jango Fetts? And they're like, no. And then I'm like, well, really? Because you look like you do, but you don't want to say. And they said, well, we have this one pre-order, but we hadn't heard from this guy. And we don't know if he like skipped town or if something happened to him or so.
Sounds so nefarious. Skip town.
Yeah, no, I mean people. Yeah. I don't know.
No, I get you.
But they waited a good long while.
Yeah.
And I think eventually they called him and the guy said, yeah, I'm not going to pick him up. So they ended up letting me buy it. And then I was able to send it to you. So I got real lucky finding it. And then like a few months later, they do another re-release of him. Like everybody got him. I'm like, well, whatever.
Yeah. Well, it's a thought that counts. That's the important thing.
Yeah. Oh, I was excited. I'm like, oh, yes. He's going to love this.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I still have him right here, actually.
Yeah, there he is.
He's one of my favorites to actually just pose and play with. Like, I like to put him and my other custom that you made me, this guy.
Yeah.
And that I have them like pointing guns at each other, stuff like face off. Like, oh no, what's gonna happen? Yeah,
like, I actually don't have a Jango, as a matter of fact.
Oh, really?
I never picked one up.
I actually feel like we should make one out of the new mold.
Oh yeah, those Death Watch.
Yeah, the Death Watch dudes.
Yeah, that would probably be a really good base for one. Because that's part of the reason why I didn't pick one up, because it was that old articulation scheme, and there's better figures out now. So
Yeah. And
But,
that's
I
how.
mean, I don't have anything against it. I'd never, and I've had others in my hands, and I was just like, it's not like Pokemon, I don't feel like I got to catch them all.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it seems like a new Mando coming out like every second or something. There's so many of them now.
Yep. Well, and some of them are even like on like, I don't know, inferior bodies. Like this one is the re-release of the white prototype Boba Fett. But I think it is on a better body finally. Yeah, it's on the Return of the Jedi body, I think. The Boba Fett they released for that.
I don't think mine is within arm's reach. I don't know where I stuck mine at, but I'm not sure which body it's on. It might be on that that same figure that the re-release of the archive was on.
Yeah. I think it's that exactly.
Which, I mean, that's fine. It'll still look fine on the shelf.
Yeah. When I ever open them, I haven't decided yet. I still want to do something with this guy.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you see what I did with mine.
That's the dude you used?
Yeah. So I have the head of George Lucas floating around somewhere on my table. As bad as that sounds, I don't know. I had a figure I was going to put that head on, and then it was too small for the body. Ghillie suit. Yo, fellas, still sick over here. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's right. He was mentioning that. He was hoping that he was gonna feel better when we did something tomorrow, but
yeah. Hope you feel better, man. Hope it's not serious.
Yeah, I hear that.
Here's the figure I was going to use.
Hang on.
Right. Here we go.
I'm going to do this right.
Oh, okay. So it's the.
Oh, is that like a Professor X?
Yeah, from that 2-pack with Logan. So, but it was like the head was much smaller than this head. And I'm going, ooh, I don't know. Like the thing that caught my eye was because of the jacket and then the plaid shirt. Like that's very George Lucas-y.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it is.
Well, it'll probably.
Yeah, I want to put mine
on shelf.
I want to make this. This is
okay.
The Jorg Sakul that came out for Celebration 2. Star Wars Celebration 2 that I picked up, and it's George Lucas's head with a helmet and on an X-wing body, on an X-wing pilot's body. So I want to do that, but I didn't get an extra Trapper Wolf because I sent him to you instead.
Right.
And I was thinking that, but I also have Poe, but he's wearing a red suit, and I'm thinking more orange, like that one, the traditional X-wing pilot suit. So I don't know. I don't think I'm going to use this one. I think I'm going to see what, because they're talking about, one of the things that they're talking about is releasing the dude that's in Mando. What? Angry Appa. That's his name on Instagram.
I can't think of the. I know who you're talking about though.
It's not Trapper Wolf. I'm totally blanking on the name, but anyway, I wanted to see what his body looked like if they gave a different mold, because he's rounder, like George Lucas is.
Oh,
and
right.
So it's like I was thinking, well, depending on what look they give him, if they give him like just a pilot's jacket over his suit and that he wears in Book of Boba Fett, or no, either the look in Book of Boba Fett or the look that he had sporting in this season 3. I think I would be fine with either one of those, but we'll see.
Well, if I find another X-wing pilot or something, I'll snap it up and send it to you.
I think I have it. I have it somewhere. I just had Poe sitting here, which I don't plan on really using. I'd actually like to turn this into something else.
Stick an alien head on him or something.
Yeah. I just think it would be fun to do a different either species or whatever, but yeah, I don't know. I like this one because he comes with a gun. He's the first one that actually has a gun that I know of, or that I've seen. He has a holster and everything on his hip. I'm not holding it up right.
There you go. Yeah.
So it's like, that's cool. I think all X-wing pilots should have a blaster in case they ever are downed and need some firepower.
Yeah.
Without their X-wing.
That's a little grounded in real world history, I think, because pilots they're issued a pistol of some kind, and that's all they have. And it's, if you think, okay, well, these fighter pilots, they're up in the air and they're getting in dogfights and everything.
Mm-hmm.
What good's a gun going to do them? But if you're shot down, and especially behind enemy lines, basically what they tell you is you take your pistol, you shoot your enemy, and you take his weapon.
Yeah.
So that's why they only have a pistol and not like a big rifle or something, plus space. So it takes up more space if you have a bigger gun. You were talking about all the Mandos coming out. They got me with that new one. Well, that's a perfect segue to let's go ahead and get into the May the 4th reveals.
Yeah.
So
I don't have any slides prepared, so we'll have to do it old school.
So the new Mando, are you talking about the Din Djarin, the one from Book of Boba Fett, or are you talking about the squad leader?
Yeah, the squad leader looks good.
Was that what they called him, or I don't remember, like squad leader or something another? It's the black dude.
Yeah, I know what one you're talking about. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, just I'm trying to find the pictures to pull up, but
you look lost.
Yeah, I am lost on the interwebs.
Yes. Easy to do.
Oh, okay. I could do this probably. I'm sure there's something on here. One second. One of these days, I'll be a little more organized.
Well, we're definitely not on the forefront of cutting news. So more like the editing cutting room floor.
Yeah. I didn't search mandolin. Freaking A. I wanted to look up what the Mando. Know if I spell right.
Gotta love that suggested text. You mean mayonnaise? No. Mayonnaise. Mandolin. Matilda? Oh, I'm gonna make a Mando named Matilla now.
Can't even find anything on what is their name?
So, okay, is there a way to can you go to like Instagram or something and share screen? And then, because I know Yak Face had a bunch of things. Hey, Bo, catching you on the road. Where's he going?
Yeah. Oh, not yak fence. Yak face.
Yak fans.
Okay. All right. So let's present. Share screen. Okay. All right. So where's the? Okay. How do I make this go away? Here we go. So you saw the General Grievous. Yeah. Okay. This is one I'm so excited about. Yeah. It looks so good.
Yeah, I have no idea who this is, but yeah, he's going to be one that I will definitely be looking forward to picking up.
Yeah, Darth Malagus. He's really cool, and it's like he seems very Darth Vader like, especially in his legs.
Yeah. Now he is a deluxe figure, so he's going to be at the deluxe price point, and it's gaming great. So we're looking at GameStop.
Probably, yeah. But it looks awesome.
Yeah, he really does. I wonder how big he's going to be.
I imagine it's probably like Wrecker.
You think?
Yeah. If he's not a Wrecker size, then, or even bigger than Wrecker, then it's not worth the deluxe price point.
This to me is the body size. Like if we're talking Wrecker size, like if that's what this guy is, I may end up picking up an extra of him to make. Right. What is what is his name? It's one of the Inquisitors.
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
The brother, and he looks like he's got the tricorn hat type of.
Yeah.
Like I want to make his look from the Rebels. Like in Obi-Wan, it's fine. It's the same character. You know it's him. They call him by the same name and everything. But he's much bigger in Rebels, like stature-wise. Like,
yeah.
He's not like a regular, normal-sized guy. So if this one is bigger, I will probably be picking up an extra and just modifying him, which wouldn't be too hard. You know, it doesn't have to, for me, it doesn't have to be like a spot on, like exactly, you know, it's good enough. You know,
right.
I'll have to find somebody that makes a head to scale for that figure. But as this figure as is, he's really great looking. I'm definitely going to be looking for him.
So this figure probably, I think, might be the best Chewbacca to date.
That's debatable. Debatable.
But it's like they should have included a second head without the collar.
Yeah, well, it's Black Series, so they're not
exactly. So they're just going to release another one.
Yeah, no extra hands, no extra heads, no anything like that. I mean, this one to me would be great if they did include a second head where the chain wasn't restricting the hair.
Right.
But this is actually not the first time that this figure is getting released. They're doing an anniversary carded version, and it's the same exact figure. You get everything that you see here, but it's on the like the old style, like the card, like Wicket here.
Yeah.
It's not going to be in that window box. Whereas this one, well, you're not even going to get the window. It's in the box.
So, right. Yeah, I think they showed it.
It's kind of an odd choice to me because they're like, it hasn't come out yet, and they're putting it out again in this box. They're not changing anything about it. It's the same figure. I don't know. It's weird. And they're doing the same thing with Wicket, too. they released this one, and I just found it. I don't know how long it's been out or whatever. I just found it. And in this same wave where this Chewbacca, they're re-releasing Wicket again.
Yeah.
And he comes with the same stuff. Yeah, right there. There he is. So, I don't know. It's weird. You know, it's that typical Hasbro Black Series thing. They're going to pump out the same figures over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which is good and annoying at the same time.
It's good for the people that can't find them, like the first time they come out or whatever.
Right.
So in a way, it's good. Like I didn't jump on the Black Series from the beginning.
Right.
So the only one from the very beginning that I picked up, I think, was a Darth Maul.
Okay.
And I think I don't really remember, but when they started the archive waves, I know I picked up a Darth Maul then. And that's really where I ended up coming in at was those archive releases. So for me, that was great. Hey, they're re-releasing these, but people that already had them was like, why? Do you keep putting these out? Like, where's the such a rich, diverse, story. There's so many characters, even today, that they haven't even touched. But that's another story for another show. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, so
Lavis Ringworld.
So this is the one that his look from Boba Fett, the Book of Boba Fett.
Book of Boba
and
Fett.
I don't remember him having those blue pieces on him, but
he didn't. And so they added those blue pieces, and I think they actually fixed the helmet. Because I remember replacing the helmet on mine with a better looking helmet. But this one looks pretty good as it is. And I think the thing he was getting at is he thinks that the armor, the shoulders look bigger too. So they bulked them up a little bit.
Here's the thing. Do you think we're looking at a figure right now, or do you think this is a 3D render?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's really hard to tell sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
To me, there looks like there's more new parts than just the helmet and the soft goods cape. The body structure looks a little bit different to me. Like it might be somehow a little thicker, like overall. So I'm wondering if this is mostly a brand new sculpt. I don't know. I would have to see like pictures of them side by side. Releases.
Yeah, I don't know. It's nice that they included a knife, and nice that they have a slot in his boot to put it. But
okay, so wait. So go back a picture there. Okay, see how that his shoulder pauldron piece and the way his arm is bent, it's not completely on his arm. That tells me that's new. Well, I can't use that one. I can't show it. I've got one sitting on my desk, and the old ones that we already have, it's connected to his shoulder.
Yeah.
That looks like, okay, the new stormtroopers, how they have their pauldrons, and it's got that piece that runs inside the joint, so it's separate. It's floating. That's floating.
Interesting.
So that tells me that arm, part of the arm is new, because that shoulder piece is new. It's not connected to the arm. It's connected inside the joint itself, so it floats.
Huh. That's interesting.
And then you said something about his knife.
Yeah.
So there's no spot anywhere on the old legs for a knife.
Right.
So if there's a slot for it, that's new. I'm willing to put money on that's mostly, if not all, new sculpt.
Yeah, it looks like, well, that's Ahsoka, but yeah. Let's go back to this one.
which is great. If it's all new, hey, that's really good. That's a pickup for me.
Yeah, he says, part of me feels like we didn't need another Mando figure, but the new helmet, cloth cape, and other reworks make it worth it. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Finally, cloth cape. Yep.
Well, looks like we have another member.
Yeah,
joining.
see right here, there's the knife in the boot.
Yep.
And it doesn't look like that's added on or something or frill. But it's not here though. Oh, because he's holding it. Okay,
He's holding
that
it.
makes sense. He's not holding it, but I don't see it here. But maybe it's just the angle.
Yeah, it could be behind his leg because the angle of the shot, or it just might not be in there altogether.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, even I'm looking at it. Even that leg armor is completely different. It's different sculpt on both legs. We're looking at a new sculpt.
Yeah.
This is a new sculpt for Mando.
Yeah, it reminds me of this one. Let's see. Nope. This one. Yeah. It reminds me of this, the blue.
Yeah.
On him.
From the concept art.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's interesting. What?
Okay.
Exit solo layout. Okay. And then, so I wasn't too keen on this. Like, it's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Another droid that's not going to be able to stand, right? But
I think Praetorius wants to join.
Oh, okay.
Hey. I see him chilling.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, what's going on?
There he is.
Sorry, I would have been in here earlier, but I had to take a shower and go get some trash bags and stuff.
Oh, I was stuffing my face right before I got on, so.
So we looking at new Star Wars figures, are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, finally getting around to it.
Yeah, we were just looking at the. We looked at Chewbacca, the Wicket, and.
Oh, come at that Chewbacca. That thing does it have a lot of rotate? Can you actually see the figure, or is it just the back of the box?
No.
Oh no, there's shots there.
There's shots there. Let me.
I still want to find the archive. Is it archive or is it the anniversary? I don't know.
That sculpt on that hair is. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, and see, I think it's literally a thing of beauty, but I want a different head that doesn't have the collar.
Yeah,
it's
very scene specific.
Right. He's literally only in that for like a minute as he is dragged into Jabba's palace.
Yeah,
it's great for when you want to set up that shot and take a picture, but it's like I want a Chewbacca.
Yeah.
But.
This is real cool.
Yeah.
I've been digging into some Star Wars lately. Playing Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy with mods.
So you said this is the one that has the floating armor piece?
Well, no, on the clones, I'm not sure. Like on the other ones that they released, that's the Phase 1. It's not what I meant by that floating piece, and I'll grab the custom again. Is see how this isn't connected to his arm?
Okay.
It's because there's a piece that's connected up here that goes into the socket, and it's if I wouldn't have moved everything, I would have known exactly where these pieces are that I want to talk. I'm trying to describe because I have some from another figure, and it's the same exact type of it's the same exact type of build that they used. It's just not. And of course, when the show's over, I'll put my hands right on where I moved it to.
Right.
I don't know. Okay, picture it like this: you've got the shoulder armor, and it's not. I don't think it's going to be like this on that clone. But you got the shoulder armor piece. It just kind of hangs. There is a piece that runs along the top of the shoulder, and then picture like a bowl inside this area with a hole in it that the peg for the arm pegs into the torso here.
Okay.
So it's like a scoop right here, and it's connected only by that point where it's connected here at the top. Okay. So when you raise your arm, the armor doesn't necessarily have to come up with it, but it'll raise up. But you can position it to where it will. Like with this guy, okay, I can raise his arm, but see how this piece, God, I'm doing this backwards. This piece right here isn't fully flush with the arm.
Okay.
Because it's not connected to the arm.
Right.
But if I wanted it to pose that way, I can grab it. See, and now it is.
Yeah.
So it's a floating pauldron system that they've done, and I really think it's a step in the right direction, because on those other figures that don't have it, it's very restricting. Like sometimes the arms can't even come up all the way. They'll stop right here, depending on the design of the pauldron. But the clones, those clones, like the other ones like him, they don't use that. Those are connected to the arm.
Okay.
But this one I'm interested in seeing, because I wonder if it's thicker or if it's still on that slimmer type of body. By all means, by the time these came around, it's supposed to be a thicker, heavier armor than what they had with the old style helmets.
Like the phase ones.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks thicker right here, especially. I don't know if you can see my mouse point.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
Around that midsection and the torso. I mean, it looks thicker, yeah, but I mean, when you get it in hand, who knows? Like the commandos are supposed to be on a thicker body, and they made every single one of them on that phase 1 body.
Right. So I'm a fan of this.
I knew you would be.
I really think it looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks great. That's going to be the clone we just saw, the phase 2 clone, and this. I will definitely be on the lookout for those two.
Yeah. Because
this, like, in our group chat, we were having a discussion of, like, everybody kind of has a different, well, this is my Star Wars. This isn't, your Star Wars might not be my Star Wars. My Star Wars is basically Clone Wars. That's kind of whenever I was like, okay, this is cool. All right. So Clone Wars era is my Star Wars. So this is a must for me.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I think it looks really good. I'm excited by it. Let's see. Yeah, here's the...
Yeah, there's the skinny commando.
Yeah, the skinny guy. I feel like we're body shaming stormtroopers now. It's like he's not thick enough. Good grief. Sounds so terrible, but
he ain't thick, boy.
They also released some helmets. Oh yeah, here's the commander.
Yeah. Fleet commander. Okay, yeah. I couldn't get that right for some reason.
Yeah, I think that looks really good.
Yeah. If I see him, I'll probably pick him up. Like I won't like actively hunt for him.
Right.
He was on screen for a whole 15 seconds maybe.
Right.
5s. Is that 5s?
Yeah, it's 5s.
Jesse. That one's Jesse.
Oh, they have 5s.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so that one's not 5s. Where's 5s? But
I think you have to go up.
yeah, here's the helmet and
R5.
yeah.
Oh no, there's
5.
Idaho Falls.
Hey,
These
Burn.
code names.
These are the code names. But yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they're really cool.
Oh yeah, no wait, stop. Okay, no, that's the vintage. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I want to go back to the Phase 2 Clone Trooper because they've finally done this on just standard Clone Trooper, and just scroll through the images there. There. You get the painted head of the clone finally.
Right.
On
Okay.
the other ones, the helmet can come off. It's glued.
Yeah.
And you can remove it with heat. It takes a little bit of work, but the heads underneath them
Aren't painted.
They're not painted. And I think on those, they're all shaved head.
Oh yeah, I think so.
And then, or no, wait, no. On the clones, they have the flat top. On the stormtroopers, it's still Tamura's head, but it's shaved.
Yeah.
Which I thought was hilarious. But they're both unpainted under those, so
Yeah.
I'm excited about that right there because now it's like, okay, the technology was there, you just didn't use it to its fullest.
Right. Yeah, here's the box breakdown.
Okay, and there's Omega, so we know she's going to come in this particular wave.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yep. Oh, and here's another Grievous. It's like I have one, but this is the video game version.
Yeah, he's a bit battle damaged, I think.
Yeah.
And he doesn't come with that big cape.
Yeah.
The cape on the original, that's soft goods, right?
Hang on, I'll look.
I think it is.
Well, maybe. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it is. It's soft goods.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there he is. And the paint jobs on some of those earlier Black Series is just outstanding.
Yeah.
They actually have like the grime and stuff on them.
Yep.
And newer ones, they're clean as a whistle.
Yeah, I don't know. This one looks okay, but yeah, I'm good with mine that I got because I like the cape, and I haven't even taken them out the box. So
I never picked one up for myself because just he looks like he'd be real fidgety.
yep.
Like, those tiny little joints, I'd probably break them.
Yeah, I imagine that's what would happen if I ever take them out.
So the helmet's pretty cool. The mine went blank again. Death Watch, isn't it? Is that Death Watch? Yeah, Death Watch helmet. Or is that that's what's his name's helmet?
Axe Wolves.
Axe Wolves, yeah. I
still think it's pretty cool.
I never got any of the helmets. Almost bought the Din Djarin helmet.
Yeah.
But I just didn't have the money at the time.
Yeah.
Now, you have a helmet.
I do.
Boba Fett's.
I do.
Surprised you didn't wear that today.
Well, yeah. Certainly could. But where's the thing? I'm trying to figure out how to.
There's 5s right there at the top. Go up.
Oh.
There he is.
Yeah. Here we go.
Good old Domino Squad.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
But it's a Walmart exclusive. So we don't know how that goes.
Yeah, you'll be lucky to see him at all.
Right.
My luck, I will find him, but it'll be when I'm broke.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that the truth? But anyway. Oh, so Return of the Jedi. It's currently, I think, 5th on the top box office charts right now, and it's like this is a re-release. But that was the movie for me. That was my introduction to Star Wars. So I don't know, that for me it all started with Return of the Jedi. So then afterwards I figured out that I think my mom was sitting there doing laundry, and I freaked out because I was looking at the TV and I'm like, oh my gosh, they have more Star Wars. And she's just like, yeah, those movies have been out though. I'm like, what do you mean they've been out? We don't have them. Because we only had like a few tapes on VHS that you pop in, and usually they were like recorded, re-recorded, and whatnot. So it was just on this tape that we magically had somehow. I think someone recorded it for us off the TV. But
so you were watching TV, another movie came on, and that's
an ad, and it was talking about, oh, there's a new. I'm like, there's new Star Wars. And then of course they released the special edition, and went to see all of them there, and yep, it was a good time.
I remember the original movies, the original trilogy, and just kind of being meh. Okay, I guess that's cool. You know, I was a kid. That just wasn't really what I was into at the time.
Yeah. You were into Dragon Ball and
well, no, this was even before Dragon Ball. I mean, I was born in '80, so
okay.
You know, whenever you know my aunts would have stuff on TV, you know, like if we did see it, it was on TV. So we didn't go to the movie theaters to see something like that. It just so happened to come on TV. There was a bunch of old movies that just kind of happened that way. Like there's some that I remember. Don't ask me what the name of them was. Like with you and Kurt with the caveman movie.
Yeah.
Like I'd forgotten that. Y'all unlocked a memory from my childhood. I remember the blind old caveman bumping into the doofy T-Rex. And I'm like, oh my God, I remember this.
Yeah, good times. Yeah, I still need to watch that. I'm gonna eventually watch it before the next time we talk about it. So, but
maybe I'll be able to jump in the conversation. I'll have to look up and see if I can even access it to watch it. He said it was on YouTube though. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's probably like a pay-per-view type of thing, right?
I don't think so. He just said search for Ringo Starr Caveman.
A lot of those older movies are free to watch. People just post them and nobody copyright strikes them because they don't make any money anymore.
Right.
Okay, cool.
You can go watch what's that Western movie? You can go watch Open Range on
Oh, really?
YouTube.
Wait,
That's
which
why I
one?
watched it.
Open Range?
Open Range. Okay.
It's got Kevin Costner and Robert Duvall. It's probably one of the best Western movies I ever watched.
Yeah. Speaking of Kevin Costner, I'm pretty bummed out. Found out the other day that Kevin Costner's done with Yellowstone after the next season, and it's just like, oh, he's the show. Oh,
he's an old man. He's got to rest and relax.
Yeah.
He's an old man.
If you were rich and an old man, would you really just be like, yeah, I'll do this. I'll just keep doing it.
Yeah, why not? If it's something you like. And I mean, my goodness, like just to be on set and look at those mountain ranges and stuff, like, oh, that would be so awesome. But
I remember watching Star Wars as my dad set me down and let me watch all three of them.
Yeah,
because he had them. So we sat and watched all three of them when I was little. I think I love Return of the Jedi, but I think Empire Strikes Back is my favorite one of all of them.
Yeah,
it ends up on such a down note, but it's got some of the best. It's got some of the best dialogue, like that whole scene where they're in the swamp, and Yoda's explaining the nature of the Force and how it works, and the music's swelling and everything else. While he's pointing, he says the rock and the tree and the land and the ship and all that. It's like, man, it's so good. That's good. That's good dialogue. That's good writing.
It is. I really enjoyed that. I mean, yeah, and but yeah, I for me it was always the in Return of the Jedi, the moment for me was when Anakin's dying and he's like, remove my helmet, and just that hits me every time.
Yeah,
is a powerful scene. But
I've been playing. There's these two old games that came out for the original, I think, Xbox.
Okay.
It was a continuation of Dark Forces, because there was Dark Forces 1 and Dark Forces 2, Jedi Knight. Well, there's a Jedi Knight Jedi Outcast, and then there's Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. And those were the two I had for Xbox.
Yeah.
And it was the first game to ever show you exactly, like, this is what a lightsaber can do. Because the combat was based on your movement.
Okay.
So if you're moving, if you had a single lightsaber, you had three styles. You had quick, medium, and heavy. And your guy would change his grip based on which style you selected. And if you moved a certain way, like if you moved to the left, just straight left and attack, your guy will swing to the left. And if you do the same, he'll swing to the right. And then you got combinations of forward left, forward right, back left, back right. If you're going backwards, it'd swing up.
Okay.
And as long as you're standing still, not doing anything, as long as you're not attacking, your guy will block as he's coming in. So,
nice.
Like, the lightsaber combat was like, this is how lightsaber combat is. And it had all the force jumps, like you cut flips over people and everything else. So I've been playing it, but there's a mod called Galactic Legacy is what it's called, and it's got all the characters. It's got all the characters from the Old Republic to the Galactic Republic to the Resistance to the Rebels. Then it's got all the Sith characters and everything else. Plus, it's got all the Mandalorians. It's got all the Mandalorians, so if you want to play a level where you got guns instead of lightsabers, and then it's got preset levels you can play, or you can just load a level in and hit NPC pause and go around and place all the NPCs that you want through the whole level, and then go back and play it.
Oh, nice.
It's fun. It's fun. I've been playing it.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
That's my favorite. We're talking about my favorite part of Star Wars. Video games are my favorite part of Star Wars.
Yeah.
My favorite character in Star Wars is a video game character. It's Kyle Katarn.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite Star Wars character.
Yeah, I think if Bo were in here, he would say Dash Rendar is probably his.
He would say Dash Rendar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like man. I enjoyed playing the games that were like on. I play console mainly, so I'm talking like Masters of Terras Kasi and
that was a good game.
And in that game you can play as Jodo Kast, the fake Boba Fett, the rip off Boba Fett, and I thought that was a fun game that I played a lot, and Jedi Power Battles.
Yeah.
was another awesome one.
Was that the one where you? That was the one where you played through the game and you could play as Obi-Wan or Qui-Gon, and then you could play as, was that Plo Koon, the guy with the weird?
Yeah.
You could play as him. He had yellow lightsaber. I remember that.
Yep.
I played it.
Yep, Plo Koon and Adigala.
Yeah.
And there was another one, but yeah,
I remember that game.
Yeah, I loved that game. So that was fun for me. I never got into the PC games though.
Well, see that the Jedi Knight games were Xbox games.
Oh, okay. Well, I also didn't have an Xbox, so
those were also about the time that Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 came out.
Yeah.
You're talking about some of the best Star Wars role playing games. Like,
yeah. I had a mutual friend, like a friend of a friend, who he was not. It worked like it was his senior year, but that game came out, and he was obsessively playing it, and he was falling dangerously close to not passing his senior year and not being able to move on. And it's just like, hey, you got to get your butt in gear and stop playing this game, because he was just calling off school and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I was just like thinking, what a doofus.
It's a great game. It's a good game. I would
not graduate over though.
That's true.
Yeah.
I've got them just because like Steam sells like old games, PC versions of old games. So I was like, okay, $5. Okay, I'll buy it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that mask game, I still want to get that eventually.
I
think I would get lost in it though.
That's a special game. That's real special. They're still working on it. They've got updates for work in progress updates that are coming, and I'm like, you guys are great. I don't know who you are, but I love you.
Yeah. Well, what about you, Zombie? What was your first Star Wars memory?
Probably the old movies, the original trilogy from watching them on TV from my childhood.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's good. Good times. Well, hang on. Let's take a quick ad break here.
We here at Geek-Men and the Masters of the ThunderNerds want to thank our sponsor, Manscaped. Let me ask you something. Have you ever heard the phrase, don't use a hammer when you need a screwdriver? I mean, what if I told you that all those basic trimmers and razors you buy for your upstairs grooming isn't going to have the finesse and precision you need for your bottom half, looking as good as your top deck? You're thinking, oh no, if only someone made such precision engineered tools to help me down there so I can, guess what? Manscaped exists. At least I hope they do, or else I'm not entirely sure who is sponsoring this show. I mean, it's easy to think of as fresh and as clean as I feel all over right now. It's a dream, but nope. Manscaped. And this is far from a secret. I mean, 8 million men. 8 million men. That's 16 million balls just asking for the same kind of attention you pay to your nerd collection. I'll say it again because I know you didn't hear me out of shock. 8 million men worldwide know that if you're not keeping your bottom half as well groomed, then you're only doing half the job. I know, this whole idea of taking better care of your basement sounds new and strange and wonderful, and you don't know where to start. Then guess what? We're going to help you out because you're a fellow Thunder Nerd. How about starting with a waterproofed, wholly water-resistant gadget, Batman, a waterproof trimmer that you can use in the shower called the Lawnmower 4.0. 4.0? Doesn't that mean... Yes, it does. 4th generation with all the expected improvements, including a 4,000... LED spotlight, which is ridiculous. It's overkill, but it's gonna help you with even the bushiest of bushes. And paired with a ceramic blade and skin-safe technology, you're gonna keep those grooming accidents down. I appreciate it. And like I said, it's waterproof, so you can use it in the shower to keep the mess contained to the drain. You want the same kind of care for your nose and ears? Yeah, you guessed it, Manscaped. Want and use the same skin-safe, waterproof technology that they use to make the Weed Whacker, a nose and ear hair trimmer that keeps the cutting and does less of that plucking and tucking and pulling, all those other trimmers that you use. You hate it, right? I know you know. You've been there, you're thinking you buy the cheaper dollar store trimmer and then poink! tears in your eyes because it plucked the nose hair. It just gets dragged out of your face like a rooted tree. Manscaped won't have that. And when you're looking good, why not revive those mistreated, neglected globes that you've just been ignoring? Like, why not bring that back? You can bring them back because they have a crop provider skin toner to kind of revitalize everything downstairs, and then a crop preserver deodorant to keep you boys fresh. I mean, you weren't just keeping deodorant under your arms, were you? I know this is a lot to take in. You're not sure what you need. Then why not all this? Why not get everything I just said? Well, the Performance Package 4.0 includes everything that I've just talked about, but Manscaped will even throw in some performance underwear so you won't just shove your junk aside to be forgotten again. And then you can carry all this stuff in the little spiffy travel bag that comes with it as a free gift. The best part, since you're hearing me right now, that means for the next month, when you go to Manscaped and you grab the tools for your family jewels, you'll get 20% off your entire order. And I've been told that, yes, I can confirm Manscaped will also ship your purchase to your home for free. All you got to do is use promo code ThunderNerds. That's ThunderNerds, all one word, and you will get 20% off your entire order plus free shipping. And this is an exclusive only for you guys listening, our fans, our fellow Thunder Nerds, just for you. Look, if you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, your confidence goes up. So head on over to manscaped.com, select whatever you want from their site, and throw in the promo code ThunderNerds to receive free shipping and an additional 20% off your entire order. Thanks again to Manscaped for sponsoring the show.
All right. So, what else you got going on?
You want to talk about the season finale of Mandalorian?
Yeah, sure.
Did that come through? It was a loud boom of thunder.
Oh, nice.
It was like right after I said it.
I had myself muted, right? Y'all couldn't hear me chewing, could you?
No.
No.
You're muted during the ad. It's all good.
Okay.
Yeah, so what did you think? What's your hot take?
There was things I enjoyed. Things I didn't.
As with anything.
Some definite head scratching moments. I mean, as a whole, it was entertaining.
Yeah.
By the end of it, you know, if you stuck with it and watched it through the last season, you kind of get why they made certain decisions early on.
Yeah.
But you had to stick around for that last episode for that payoff for it.
Yeah.
You know, like what was it, second or third episode where they showed the doctor and the other Imperial chick that was like, yeah, I don't know if I trust her or not.
Yeah.
And I think the whole thing about, like, with the titles where it was like the spy, I think that was alluding to her.
Yeah.
She's the spy.
Yeah.
Like, everybody kept expecting it to be a Mandalorian somewhere, or
right.
But I think that's what that kind of was hinted at, and then revealed, like, right at the end, because who she's talking to, you know, over the video call or whatever, the holocall, whatever they call it. She's the spy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so as well. But yeah, like you said, I enjoyed it. I thought it ended on a really strong note.
Okay, well, let's talk about that ending there. Okay, the way they ended it, they could end it right there. There could be no more. That's it.
Yeah,
like
there definitely could be.
No more Din Djarin. You know, you're not going to see Grogu for another good long while. Like, they got their happily ever after. They got a house on the prairie there. Grogu's playing with the frogs in the pond.
Yeah.
Like, that was it. Like, they fade to black. We're done.
Yeah. Yeah, it did feel like a very happy ending moment, but
yeah, it was weird.
It was.
Because you kept expecting something else to happen, and it never did.
Right. I was waiting for Thrawn to show up, like, just make an appearance, like out of hyperspace, there's the Chimera, and just looming. It's just like, yeah, that would be awesome, but
Yeah, nothing.
yeah, nothing. But yeah, so spoilers again. But yeah, it looks
Well,
like
if they're this deep into the conversation and don't read the bottom ticker, then that's on them.
yeah, but I don't know. It did feel weird, but I know for a fact that Dave Filoni is working on a show that will bring together all of the shows like Mando, Book of Boba Fett, all of those things. He's writing that and producing that in, I think 2024. What year is it now? I don't know.
So you mean story wise?
Yeah.
Story wise, yeah.
Yeah, and Ahsoka too. That's the other show I was thinking.
I get the feeling that they came to him and they said, okay, like, how many seasons of this show do you plan on making or whatever? And
Right.
if he shot back with, well, we're doing 4 and then there's plans for a movie, they probably told him, you need to start dropping things in there leading up to the First Order.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the, how do you say it, Praetorian Guard, the red guys, if you look at their armor, it is a mix of different types of armor. So they're not the exact same armor as they were from the sequel movies.
Right.
It's almost like the Stormtrooper armor that they go with for the First Order Stormtroopers.
Yeah.
There's elements of that in it, in the chest and everything. If you really look at it, it's like, yeah, I know where that's going.
Yeah. Well, and it's weird because, like, obviously it's because that there's only so much, they're probably limited to that resource of Beskar armor, but it's like they're already clad in Beskar that's clearly better than the previous Stormtroopers at all by far. It's just like, hey, I can take a few hits now and not die.
So, okay, are you talking about the Super Commandos? Because I don't consider them Stormtroopers. The ones from the last couple of episodes in The Mandalorian. I don't consider those Stormtroopers. Like, because I've seen people calling them Stormtroopers, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think that's what that was meant to be. Like, I think that's where they were going with that.
Yeah, I think they're some sort of elite.
Like, they may not have been
Mandalorians
in that armor,
right?
But it was Beskar armor,
right?
Or an alloy of. Like, it may not have been pure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really. I don't know. That maybe it's just my opinion and my hot take on it. But those guys that they were all fighting, I don't consider them Stormtroopers.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're a Stormtrooper, but a Stormtrooper like Gideon's Stormtroopers. And dude, how awesome was that scene when R5 is in there and he's just like, okay, take down the first gate. And takes out the first gate and then just destroys those dudes.
Yeah,
the two guards that are in there. I mean, just gate by gate. Oh.
He struggled,
Yeah, he did.
He wasn't, taking them down like
he was injured though too.
So. Okay, next force field.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but he was injured. He was injured, but I still say that he destroyed them because, it was just a thing of beauty. Especially because he's like, he did like this thing where it's like, I only have a knife on me. That's all I have left.
Yeah.
So he's taking him out with a knife. Then it's like, okay, pick up the next armor, pick up the armor and shield and go after him that way. And it's just like,
so that's what I'm talking about. Use what you have and then take your enemy's weapons.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole time I was thinking that I'm watching it, I'm going, yes, that's what I'm talking about.
All right, so we got a question here. Let's see. Is there any comic, cartoon, retro character from the past that you would not want to see a live action adaptation of?
You stumped us.
Yeah.
That's it. In the show.
I can't.
I don't want to see any more legend stuff get recycled to be canon.
I do. I disagree because I do. But I want. I don't know.
That's a tough question to answer.
Yeah, it is. I honestly, what I want to have happen is, okay, so the sequel trilogy happened. You just have to move on and accept that. I want to see them fight the Yuuzhan Vong.
I don't know. That would be cool.
That would be so cool. Like,
oh, I know where you're going with this.
It would be so cool. But at the same time, I feel heartbroken because it's like I want to see Luke have to deal with that.
Yeah.
But I think, because I mean, the Yuuzhan Vong don't exist inside the Force that they can detect. So they're just there showing up, absolutely despised droids, and taking them out. And just it's such a beautiful storyline, that New Jedi Order. I would hate to see it at a live action adaptation, but I think I would accept it even if they had Rey be the one that's fighting the Yuuzhan Vong. And yes, and my mom says Abeloth. Yeah, I want to see an Abeloth, because that storyline, the Fate of the Jedi storyline, is like such a good storyline. And
so
that's the one that lives inside the mall.
Yeah,
the dark side spirit that lives inside the mall.
Yeah, well, she's the mother to the the entities, the Force entities.
So you're
I
saying?
Want to see.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I want to see something that doesn't have any connection whatsoever to any Skywalker or anything. You got a whole giant galaxy and thousands of years of history. I want to see an Old Republic movie that doesn't have anything to do with that. I want to see far into the future where nobody gives a shit about a Skywalker anymore. I want to see. I want to see a new story. It could even happen in the same time period, but you got this giant freaking galaxy.
Yeah.
And yet you're like you're showing that, hey, this one family's like dysfunctional family drama is what the whole galaxy is about. And I'm like, bro, come on.
Yeah,
like you fought the IP and everything else.
Leave Tatooine alone and stay away from the Skywalkers.
Yeah, give me something new. I don't even care if it's got Jedi in it or not. Just give me something new.
Okay. So he says Leah Thompson wants to direct another Howard the Duck movie. I'm not sure what that would even look like today. Yeah, I don't know.
Let her do a remake of American Graffiti, which is something I've never seen.
You've never seen American Graffiti?
It's
a good movie.
I don't even know what it's about.
Cars.
Oh, okay.
Yep, cars, racing cars, and that kind of stuff. I don't know, it's entertaining. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, Howard the Duck movie. I think if it's Howard the Duck, like if they're gonna continue the story that they have brewing in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies now, I think that would be fun to see, because he's shown up in Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that would be fun to see him spin off and do his own movie. So I'd be fine with that. But
the Howard the Duck that we see in the first movie, like that is definitely a PG version of that character.
Right.
So if they did another movie, I would want to go more towards what the character's actually like.
Yeah. Well, I think it is now because I mean, they're in the newest movie, the new Guardians of the Galaxy, they drop an F-bomb, which was a first for any Marvel movie.
You get one per PG-13 rating.
Right.
Yeah.
You get one.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen the new one, so I don't.
I haven't either. But yeah, I'm not sure if I don't recall if he did or not. But yeah, I think he might have. It certainly would have been a good place to stick him in somewhere, like hiding amongst the different people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
I haven't seen that movie yet either.
Ready Player One?
Yeah.
It's
I
good.
I don't have a whole lot of time to sit and watch a movie. I can have it on playing in the background, but I might miss a lot of things because there's so much visual going on. I have to pay attention to it,
Yep.
but I've got other stuff that I have to do.
Yeah. Huh. Well, it sounds like we shouldn't keep you. We're hogging up all your time.
No, because I've got time right now.
I get you.
Before I will have to cook and everything before I have to work tonight, but I've still got time. Man,
Yeah.
I just meant because I have other commissions and stuff that if I'm home and it's at nighttime or whatever, I might turn on some music or catch up on some episodes of a podcast. That's something you can listen to. You don't necessarily have to watch it. You can hear it and still know what's going on.
Yeah.
So as I'm painting or doing whatever, I'll have something like that on. But a movie is harder to do that with. Yeah. Because you kind of have to watch or you miss stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Oh, so I just started watching Citadel on Amazon Prime. That was good. And we watched an episode of a show called Silo. And that was also really good. So those are two shows that I'm anxiously awaiting the next episode for. But anyway. Sorry, Heartstead. I still haven't figured out a character that I would not want.
Well, you kind of sort of did. You kind of sort of did answer that question because you wanted to see him, but you didn't want him. But you didn't want to see him. So, the way you want it ain't the way you're going to get it if you see it.
Right.
So you did kind of answer.
Luke did some insane stuff. Because they have this technology. It's not technology. It's more like, it's all natural. So they throw out voids to catch blasters, incoming shots. Their ships do. So they get shot into a black hole. Essentially, it's a black hole generator that they end up using for shields. And then they have lava cannons that they end up shooting and hitting ships, and they have, I don't know, it's just insanely cool technology, but it's not technology. It's organic.
Let's keep in mind the thing that they use as a melee weapon, the amphi-staff, is actually like a serpent.
Yes.
It's like a snake, but it's armored. It's a natural armor of cortosis.
Yes.
Lightsaber resistance, and they can curl it around their wrist and then turn it into a staff. And fight with it. It's like a venomous snake or something like that.
It is.
Kind of venomous snake thing.
Yeah, and then they can use it to attack, and they end up biting people, and it's just.
And also they ritually disfigure themselves.
Right.
So they'll cut their noses off and trim their ears into
noses and ears
like that.
Yep.
Tattoo themselves up and everything.
Yeah. So it's just this insanely cool concept that they came up with. And I just think it would be so awesome if they had done that rather than the sequel trilogy.
You know what else? The stuff with Jason and Jaina and the three Solo children, where the one turned to the dark side and killed Mara Jade, and then his sister had to kill him.
Yeah.
That
she trained with Boba Fett.
That's the sequel trilogy I wanted to see.
Yeah.
I wanted to see the Solo kids
it
and
would have
Ben
been so
Skywalker.
good. It would have been so good because they had a girl that looked, what's her name? I'm blanking on her name. Yeah, I can't think of her name. She looks like she would have been related to Princess Leia somehow. She would have been the perfect cast for Jaina Solo. And then I thought for sure that when they cast this one dude, again, I can't remember his name, but I thought for sure it was like, okay, he could be a good Ben. And I thought Poe Dameron, I thought he was going to be like Jagged Fell because he looked like the character. And it's like, this would have been so epic, but they didn't.
You want to know the coolest Star Wars character, in my opinion?
Who?
And that is Asherod Het. You know who that is? He was a Jedi during the Clone Wars.
Uh-huh.
And he was raised by Sand People.
Yeah.
He fell to the dark side and disappeared and didn't die.
Right.
And in the Legends, he becomes the Sith Lord Darth Krayt.
Yeah.
Darth Krayt, and
he ends up leading the uprise.
He gets rid of the rule of two and installs the rule of one. Where there's many dark Jedi, but they all answer to one Sith Lord.
Right.
And
it's
Luke Skywalker's
Cade.
Is his grandson or great grandson?
It's great grandson.
His great grandson Cade is the one that has to take him down.
Yeah.
And I've got those comic books. I've got 2 of them in actual paper form. They're on the shelf behind me, and then I've got the rest of them. I bought the rest of them on the Google Play Store so I can read them on my reader on a tablet.
Yeah.
That's a good story. Like I would have, like, you could skip over all the rest of that crap and give me that story. Yeah. And I would have been cool with that because that was a cool comic book.
Yeah, it was. And I mean, there's so much stuff to play with there, but I don't know why they keep sticking with the Empire.
At some point, the thing is that I don't get what, if you just look at our history, look at the history of Earth. You're writing movies based on the Roman Empire just keep coming back.
Yeah, or the Nazis.
Or the Nazis just keep coming back. Like, we never can kill them down because somebody's always there to bring the whole army right back and fight again. And it's like, oh, you know who's going to do it? My great-great-great-great-great-great-grandson and my best friend's great-great-great-great-granddaughter. That's the people that's going to show up. Like, we're going to keep doing this.
Yeah. That's
my whole thing. It's like, dude, you know what I want? I want an old Republic movie with Darth Revan played by Keanu Reeves. I said it.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I would like to see that. And I know they're writing a Old Republic type movie. And there's also going to be the Dark Disciple that's coming out too. So we may have.
Is it the Acolyte? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the Acolyte. Yeah. We may have something there, but I mean, and Mandalorian tried to deliver on that because it's like, okay, here's a new character. You don't really, he's a whole new character. You don't know him previously, and he's not tied to the Force or anything like that.
Yeah.
He tried to, but I don't know. Anything else to say about that? Anything?
It's I just want something different. Like when I say I don't like the sequel trilogy, it's not that I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I love Star Wars lore. I love every bit of it. But it was the same thing I said before. The only reason we didn't get the stuff that was already written And in my opinion, is Disney is like, you know what, we're greedy, so we're not going to pay you for the rights to your characters and the rights to your stories, because they would have to pay. They would have to pay. What's the guy that wrote the Thrawn trilogy? What's his name? They would have to pay him money.
Right.
They would have to pay all the comic book writers money. The people that wrote the Young Jedi novels, the people that wrote the Fate of the Jedi. They would have to pay those guys money, and be like, well, they're your rights to your characters, rights to your story, so we have to buy them from you. You can't just buy LucasArts and then be like, oh, well, we get access to everything else, because those writers, that's technically still, that book is, and that story is still their intellectual property.
To an extent, but
to an extent. They can get the characters, but you can't get the actual story.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really sure the logistics behind that, because I mean, sure, they were allowed to play in Lucas's, sandbox, but I'm not sure what the if they had to like sign over anything. It's all in the contracts. Like, okay, you don't own the rights to the characters because of this reason. But so I don't know. They could have, but I don't know. They just didn't.
I just feel like they had a missed opportunity with what they did, and I know it exists, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah. I was really hoping that they would get into Ahsoka, and Ahsoka would be a way to reset.
Yeah, the world between
some of
worlds.
the mistakes.
Oh,
because she has the other world thing.
Yeah, the world between worlds.
Yeah, the world between worlds, and it's like she could easily go in there and use that to repair the things that Disney hasn't done right, in my opinion. Like,
and by that logic, they could still create those movies with other actors that just kind of look like the original actors, because then you could say, well, this takes place in a parallel universe.
Yeah, exactly. They could do anything like that.
I think Disney just went after the low-hanging fruit. The Empire was easier. The Jedi are flashy. People love the Jedi, so merchandise. And there's more Star Wars than Jedi and Sith. That's why I liked what was the other show with oh crap, what's his name? It didn't have any of that in it. Nothing, and it was just
Andor?
world building, and Andor, and it showed. It wasn't until the very end where it showed what they were really working on, which you had a suspicion. It's like, it's got to be something big, right? We all know the big thing in Star Wars that the Empire made. So, but it's those Disney execs went for the low hanging fruit. And that's not what fans wanted.
Yeah.
You got a new generation now that's their Star Wars. They love Rey, and they love everything that happened, and they like the little beach ball BB-8, and that's their Star Wars, and if that's what they like, then that's what they like. But I don't have to like it. I don't like Rey. I'm not a big Jedi fan. Like, I don't care. Okay, they're there, they're in the story, but that's not why I enjoy Star Wars.
Yeah.
There's so many other things. Like, I love early Han Solo's character. Like, I enjoyed the movie Solo.
Yeah.
Didn't have any Jedi in it until, anyway, I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, I did too.
I would just like to throw in that I thought it was great to see Woody Harrelson in a Star Wars movie.
And it's Han Solo's swagger. Like, he's you. He's me. He's us. He has no special powers. He has his wits. That's what he's got. And he's got to navigate this crazy ass existence.
Yep.
In this wartime, and dude wants to just be a pilot. Like, he just, I want to be a pilot. They stick him in the trenches.
he's a pilot and a smuggler in a galaxy full of space wizards.
Yeah. Yes. So I mean, you could do that.
Yeah.
That's why I like Han Solo. He's us.
Yeah.
he's not my favorite Star Wars character, but I can relate to him more than I can relate to a space wizard,
Right.
with a laser sword,
Well,
or the bounty hunters, or that's something like if I was alive in that galaxy, it's like, okay, what am I going to be? A stormtrooper in Tupperware armor, one shot, one kill? Or no, I'm probably going to be like a gun for hire, or a mercenary or something to earn money to make my way. Just
the thing that made the Jedi and the Sith so unrelatable. Well, it's Jedi mainly. I could actually relate to the Sith because I could get that pissed off. But, the Jedi were hard to relate to simply because of the reason that they failed, and that was their code, the no attachments, this, that, and everything else. And see, before the sequel trilogy came along, Luke's new Jedi Order didn't have that rule.
Right.
You were allowed to marry and allowed to have a family and this, that, and the other because he got married and he had a family.
Yep.
Because it was no, you're not allowed to have attachments or this, that, and the other. That's the clouding of their judgment and the controlling of all their members. It's like that's why you can't relate to them. That's the big reason why you can't relate to them.
Yeah,
it's because of that code that they all had to follow.
Yep.
And the newer ones, Luke's new Jedi Order, all that, you could actually relate to those characters. You could actually relate to Luke then because Luke actually was allowed to have his emotions and
and he rose above. It's like he saw firsthand that family can help bring you back from the dark side.
Yep.
And then they played out that example again, and when he was tempted by the dark side, turned to the dark side under Dark Empire, and was training under him because he thought that was the best way to finish his training.
And Leia was the one that brought him back.
And Leia was the one that brought him back, his sister. So again, it's his attachments that are helping. So he got rid of that rule, and it was much better, I think. And that's why I think it's stupid that he made Grogu choose, all right, you can wear this armor or you can hang out with me.
That was the whole thing of we've completely changed the character that you already had all this backstory for. We completely changed it to something else. So he's going to make the same mistakes as the rest of everybody did because he's not going to learn anything.
Right.
Even though, like, I saved my father, which was family, I'm not going to learn anything, and I'm going to make you choose between your family or this lightsaber.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that wasn't right, but
like I said, give me an Old Republic movie.
Well, that's Disney changing things, so
yeah,
they have narratives that they want to follow.
I'm a Star Wars fan. I'm not a Disney fan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
That's my thing. I'm a Star Wars fan. I love Star Wars, but I do not like Disney.
I like it as long as they keep giving me stuff that I like.
I think it was a big mistake to allow Disney to buy the two biggest IPs in the world and be like, okay, now we're making all the movies.
Right.
Like, here, you can we're going to buy Marvel and we're going to buy Star Wars and you're going to like it.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? You
Yeah.
think I'm really going to like it?
And 20th Century Fox and
Fox and all that.
Yeah, and it's just like they are now a huge conglomerate that's like, oh man.
I was scared they were going to buy, they were going to come out and be like, you know what? We're going to buy WWE too. And I'd be like, ah.
Oh goodness. It doesn't have enough drama for him.
That's true. Not at this point.
Oh goodness. Well, any other final thoughts? We can probably wrap this up here.
I'm gonna order some pasta and some tater tot bites from Domino's. Those are my final thoughts.
Oh, nice. It does sound pretty good. What about you, Eric? Zombie?
I'm cooking tacos and packing up for work.
I think we're having taco salad tonight. But We'll see. Sounds good. All right. Well, until next time, I've been me.
Yep.
And they've
I'm
been them.
Dumpy.
All right. Where is that?